and then I'll pop over to Instagram. Hello, welcome to Levels Without Limits. I am your host, Amanda Marino. I like to go and find awesome guests around the globe, around the world, and bring them on and share them with the world because Instagram, welcome to Levels Without Limits. You're here now too. I am here with an amazing man I met in Dubai. He calls himself the Orange Guy, which you can see he's in all orange. It's his branding, and it's excellent. It's a vibe for him. I know him as Eric. When I spoke at a keynote, Eric came up and had some very insightful, things to share about my speaking, and connected me with people right away, and just was like a ray of light. And it was, I'd love for you to introduce yourselves to the audience, and also the whole time, feel free, anyone, ask any questions for Eric, any comments. If we met you in Dubai and you're here, say hello, or if you want to say hi, you're friends with one of us. We want to keep the banter open and room for conversation. So, Eric, tell the world about yourself. I got a great first impression from you and think the world of you. You're a great, brilliant man with a lot of positive energy. I mean, our title is Almost Dead Fully Alive, so we'll get into that. But who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. I really appreciated what you said about me. It's exactly like you mentioned. I'm a positive guy. I'm a cool guy from Germany, and we met in Dubai the first time, and it was a really, really good connection we had for the first time. So I really enjoyed your presentation. It was brilliant, and you mentioned it earlier. I came back by to you and said, really great presentation, and you liked it because it was authentic, like I am, and yeah, who I am. I am 2.5 years self-employed. Before that, I was 15 years in different roles. In my last role, I was a vice president for marketing communication for 11 countries in Europe and for a biotech life science company. And now I'm a growth consultant. So the fractional CMO, like doing all the stuff around sales, marketing, and communication and building up from scratch, no matter which sizes of companies, and yeah, helping the world outside to get grow.
I love that. And people can't forget you when they meet you when you're, an orange guy.
Exactly. It's always like it is. It is like I mentioned it in Dubai and as well in Las Vegas, where you're not been, but it was as well really nice in Las Vegas. And they asked me why orange, and I told them one story. Guys, in this room there are 90 people, 90 people with first name and second name.
Yes.
And do you know what? There's only one person whose signature is not the name, the signature is the color. And that's my color. And you will remember definitely one color,
Yeah.
orange. And the
Yes.
other guys are just names. Sorry to mention that, but it's like psychological
Well,
things,
it's not saying anything bad. It's just saying what you choose to do for you. It's not
Yeah.
putting anybody
It's
down.
personal branding like it is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. And then like having all your images and things like that. Like I know, like for like when we created the brand book for my company, we have our brand colors, and then for my Amanda Marino brand, I have my own brand colors.
But you
Uh,
have one big thing, Amanda.
yes, sir.
Besides the brand, you have the appearance. And your appearance, how you present yourself to the world. And that is something which infects me. And it's not only infecting me, it's infecting other people as well. And that a lot of people don't have this energy level. And that's the reason why we are connected directly after we first met the first time. So
Yes, I got to practice my 1 year of German I took in middle school. My
yeah,
Guten Tag,
guten Tag.
Guten Tag,
Nein.
and had a
Yes.
triple 10. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's I mean it's good to that you talk English, not German. I mean German, it's not the business language, so but anyways, it's
Yeah, no, and I mean, listen, anyone and other countries are so blessed that like they really teach you how to speak other languages. Like I'm starting a Spanish class in a couple of weeks. I'm taking an adult Spanish class. I know a lot of Spanish, and I'm really close to like being able to have full conversations with people, especially when I go visit my friends in Costa Rica. I by the time I'm there for a few days, I definitely right away have more. I don't even know I'm doing it. I'm speak because I'm using it. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
I just want to say hello. Brad Webster is my buddy from South Africa.
yeah,
He says hello. So that's the beautiful thing about like the online world, right? whether we meet in online and that relationship transfers to something real in person, or we meet and we live in different countries, I get to interview you. You don't have to come to my studio or anything like that. We get to do this from across the globe, and that to me
Yeah.
is just so incredible.
That's the pace of the future. I mean, in the younger days, it was definitely more difficult to have a conversation like this. I mean, if you
Yeah.
remember 20 years ago, there was no internet. You know, everyone in Germany thought internet would be dead. So, so you
Yeah, and
see,
I remember, like, if you would have told me before pre-COVID that, like, I would build a business,
yeah,
in a pandemic with online only and not face to face, and that I would have relationships all over the world of people I haven't met yet, that actually when I do meet transfer, like my girl Laura, who's from Nigeria. I've been speaking for her for African women on how to say no and sexual abuse and mental health for a decade. I finally met her last year when I went to visit Brad and Alan and the Freeman House in South Africa. Then my daughter and I went to Kenya, and we got to, meet women I've been friends with and whatever from afar for a
yeah,
decade. And
yeah,
it
exactly.
was exactly like we were close. It can transfer today. It's pretty cool.
No, and that is something really which I go deeper in the next conversation about my happening, what happens, because that told me something exactly in that direction, and to figure out who is right and who is not right for you, because I thought always everyone should be right with me and I should be right with them, but I
Yeah.
differentiate now, and I'm no more wise than a 43 year old guy normally is, like so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no. And I mean, like when we were going back and forth with, because the show I've changed. I've had a live show for a long time, and I've also I had an in person. First, I had an audio podcast. Then I moved it to a studio. Had that for a really long time. And if I do want to do things like that, I have my friend's studio I can go use and do, in person stuff like that. But I changed this name to Levels Without Limits. And when you and I were going back and forth with, topic ideas, and you shared, which you did tell me a little bit about when I met you. I mean, almost dead, fully alive. That's a powerful topic. Like that catches your attention. So why that topic? And tell us a little bit about it, and then just leave me some space to ask you some questions in it.
Honestly, that's the reason why I slept very bad last night, because it always, like when I'm talking about this happening, it's like a big hit in my heart, to be honest. And I remember only one thing, Amanda. I'll be honest with you: a black wall, because in August 24, after 4 months later, we have met each other. But I had 2 glasses of wine on a wine festival, and yeah, it was like only two glasses of wine, and then I start walking to a friend who was waiting for me at my flat,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's like a apartment condo for anyone that doesn't know.
yeah, exactly,
I use the
exactly.
word flat here, but I
Yeah,
know this because
yeah,
I spent
yeah,
enough time in London.
exactly. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, but a little bit emotional in that moment. So
Aw,
yeah, no worries. But yeah, I'm authentic. So
that's good. Good place, good person, good way to be. It's
so
all
I,
safe here.
yeah, yeah. That's the reason why I'm talking. That's the reason why we talking, and that's the reason why I only talk to people I want to talk, because that is pretty emotional and pretty deep. So yeah, the August 2024, I had 2 glasses of wine at a wine festival, at a wine party, not a wine party, an official thing. Like you can go there, and I just was on that date. I was single, so I thought maybe I buy some a bottle of wine, and then I go with my dog, with Buddy, and we have some drinks, and then we go back to my flat, to my condo. So
No, I just wanted to just translate for anyone. You say how you speak. This is your time. This is your
I,
time, friend.
I have ADHD. I know exactly how to see the patterns. So okay. Anyways, so
Yeah,
so I had these 2 glasses of wine, and then yeah, I started walking, and yeah, that's the end of story.
that's it.
Yeah,
You had 2 glasses of wine and you started walking, and then what happened?
and that was the story. Yeah, the problem was then I woke up days later in the intensive care unit. and yeah,
Oof.
brain was dead. No, I mean, I broke my jaw, I broke my head, I had several bloodings in my brain, and a lot of pressure. And on the first day, yeah, I died 2 times. So
Mm. Wow. Wow. So the last thing you remember is what you're telling me is just
yeah,
the two
exactly,
glasses of wine at a festival,
exactly.
walking, and then waking up. And
Yeah,
what was it like when you woke up?
a black ball. It was like I had in my remember that I started walking from a wine fest or festival. And the next moment, I woke up in an intensive care unit with all the beepings of the different analytic things, and I had to sleep there 6 days and nights. And in the first day, I died 2 times. They bring me back 2 times, and the first 3 days, I had a pulse of 20, 22, and I yeah, the thing is, when you woke up, you think when you wake up, you think, what the heck is going on here? And
Yeah.
I thought maybe I got a hit, something like this, but I can't remember. Remember, that's the retrograde amnesia. It's a kind of the doctors try to define it for me. It's like a film which gets recorded but never
Yes.
saved. So there is no possibility to get to figure out what really happened at that
Yeah.
night. And it was 200 meters as a crow flies from my corridor or condor or flat whatsoever. And
Flat. You're flat. You're flat.
my flat. Now I
So
got you.
your first I just want to like be clear.
Yeah,
So you walking the two glass of wine festival,
yeah.
kind of like your thought and plans of like, for the evening or what you're gonna get into. And then you wake up and like when you woke up, were you awake or did you wake up in your mind first before you kind of woke up in your body? Do you remember any experiences when you
Yes,
were out of anything
yes,
spiritual or anything like that? Because
yes.
you hear a lot of things with people that have these near death experiences where they have a spiritual experience.
I,
And it's usually something peaceful. Can you share any of that if that's okay? I know this is a heavy subject, and
no,
um, this
it's
I
okay.
just we have a comment of support. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but so grateful you are here today. That's beautiful. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, I had this, how should I say, the intermediate, where you go from here to there.
Okay, the in between, like in
Exactly.
between, yeah.
And it was a room full of beige colored, a room without any emotion, without any sound, nothing. And then the moment I woke up, I came back from this area. So, yeah,
How do you know how like did it feel like you were there long? Did it feel like you just were there
I was
quickly?
alone. I
You
was
looked
alone. I was
around, did you
alone.
feel anything?
Yeah, I was alone. I was waiting for something, but I had no clue for what. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It
You knew
could
you were waiting, but you didn't know
exactly
for
like
what.
it felt like I was waiting. I was waiting in a room without any sound, without any visual, without just beige. The color of warmth,
Yeah.
beige color, and that no noise, nothing. And it was like you were standing in something with no beginning and no end. And I have no clue what comes after this, but this was the next steps after our step. And
Did you
yeah,
feel just because these things interest me so much? So I
yeah,
apologize if I'm
definitely.
tell me it's too much if I'm asking too
No,
much.
it's okay. It's good to
Yeah.
finalize my period of time.
Yeah. So like did it feel safe there? Did it feel scary? Did it feel happy? Like did you
There is
feel
no emotion, Amanda.
comfort?
There was no emotion.
No
No
emotion.
emotion. No anxiety. No looking forward to something. Nothing. There was no emotion. There was no noise. There was nothing. There was just a beige colored room. And that is something I remember between my wine table and my condo or flat where I where I wanted to go. So yeah,
Okay. So when you were in there, then there was no people, no other people, no presence, no energy, nothing. I know there's no feelings, but was there presence or energies?
nothing.
Nothing. Okay. And
Really
obviously,
nothing.
when you're in that kind of space, you don't have really conception of time. So who knows how long you really were there, right?
I have no clue. I know from the, I mean, from the accident area to the hospital, I was there because I woke up when all the devices were beeping around me. You know, like I had.
Right.
So it was like that moment. I remember I recognized something is not good, and my dog was with me, and he was lying between
The
me.
dog?
Yeah, my dog was in the
Oh,
manifestival
sorry,
with
I'm
me,
getting
and
blinded by my own lights.
yeah, I know, I know, and
Too much. I'm like, these lights are too much on my face.
he
Gets.
can't talk. That's the problem.
Do you have your dog with you?
Yes, but he's in the not in the condo, but in the cage now. Because it's
Aw,
sometimes too active, you know. And I want to concentrate
sorry.
and to focus today. So yeah,
I understand. Maybe at the end you get to show your dog because
in
I
the end,
expect to see
definitely
a
for
lot of
sure.
dog lovers are on my accounts. We love animals and
Hopefully,
dogs.
it's not hopefully it's not the last time we are talking, Amanda.
No, I'm just saying for this for specific interview, for the people, for everyone to see.
I need a
So, okay,
tissue.
so having gone through something like that, it has to change you. You're saying yes, even just bringing it up makes you feel emotional. It's a trauma, right? And trauma lives within us. It's also a near death experience, which is its own special, experience that's intense and scary. I mean, I don't know from personal, but I've known many people over time who have gone through that experience. So, like, what was it like, waking up? Like, were you confused? Like what was going on when you woke up and there were feelings and there was like, what was the first thing you were thinking?
Where I am.
Where am I? How did I get here?
Yeah, how did I get here? What the hell is here going on? Why I'm lying here? I mean, I was starting like I had no fight. Don't get me wrong, I had nothing. You know, I was like the decision that I want to go, and then I went, and then 200 meters before I came at my home place, I was found on the stairs, not on the stairs, on the ground, and no one has seen anything. And I looked in the documentary of the
Yes.
fire department,
Yeah.
and they wrote
Oh, the
only.
video. You saw the video.
No, not the video. We don't have video cameras like in
Oh,
America. We have nothing. We have no people around here. It's not crowdy. So I looked in the papers, and they wrote from the view of pedestrians,
mhm.
he felt. And then I asked, who was the name of this guy who told you that? Because I need to ask him some questions about the happening on this evening.
Absolutely. I would do the
Yeah,
same thing. I would want to know
I
the
did
question.
everything. I did everything I can, Amanda, but I didn't figure out something. So I'm living with the past, which nearly killed me, but I have no clue how.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
what did doctors say? Like, what did the doctors in the hospital say? And do you know the person that found you by chance and called for help for
No,
you?
no,
They weren't there either?
no.
Huh. Because I would want to go like thank that person, right? Like
I
thanks.
honestly think that no one was there, and I honestly think that the person who did that to me maybe was the guy who called the fireman. You know what I mean? And he told the completely wrong story, because that is my thinking. Because
Oh wait,
I,
you were physically hurt?
yeah, of course, I told you in the
Oh,
beginning, Amanda.
okay. I'm
I
sorry.
had
I missed that part. So go back. Sorry,
okay.
tell me that
So I
part.
had when I arrived at the hospital,
Yes.
I got the diagnosis. The diagnosis was a 90% death rate in my accident, because jawbone broke, head broken, and different multi-areal prefrontal cortex bloodings. So I had the same accident like Michael Schumacher had, because that was the moment he left the stage. Because 90% death rate means 90% of the people dying, and 10% are not like me. You know, 10% are can't speak, just buying on their out of the face. You know, I'm disabled person now on the German law,
Yeah.
and
So were
you
you
know, and
being with a physical thing, like a bat or like something
I lost my smell.
like was there some kind of weapon used on you?
I have no clue, Amanda.
You
I
didn't
can
have
tell you
any.
more in detail. Normally, I'm a detailed person, but
No, no.
this,
Did the doctors though? Did they believe that there was? Did the police anything?
no,
No,
no.
no.
And the kind of the jawbone break or fracture was very, very not looking like somebody hits you. You know, like it was beneath beneath the what's the name here?
Oh,
Skin, skin.
the skin. Okay.
Yeah. So normally you have a blue eye or something like this. I didn't have that. I only had it here and
Wow.
here and here, and I had four computer tomographies, four CTs within
Right.
12 hours of
Wow.
my head because they wanted to open it.
Wow. Did
And
they?
because, sorry?
Did they open it?
No, they wanted because that was the reason why they did four times CT
Okay, so they
to
didn't
get the
have to.
pressure, to get the pressure, and then they told, and then I figured out I lost my smell, and
Mm,
now I'm still have no smell because it was because of the hard hit of my head. The smell centrum lost
yeah.
the connection to my brain,
Well,
and
I
now
mean, listen, with all that went on, if that's what like that and also processing the trauma, which is a reality, right?
yeah,
That's thank God, you know. I do want to just chime in on some of the people that are saying hello. Hi, Eric. I love your style and story. Can't wait to learn more.
my style.
Then we have big ups, human strength and vulnerability. And then we have, oh, this is my mom. Hi, mom. Oh, wow. Oh, no, how awful. And she's a nurse. You are lucky to be alive. Some
Yeah,
people do such horrible things to others. I'm so glad you're okay now.
thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your kindness and your support. And if you have any questions, comments, just want to say hello, please go ahead and go for it. We will get to you and we will take time to answer any questions
I
about
like
either Eric's, story of his near death experience or his business. We're here to answer all things today.
and ADHD. Yeah, I mean that's joking aside. It's pretty has something to do with my head. I mean, the problem of the whole situation is that my prefrontal cortex got hurt,
Yes, absolutely.
and the prefrontal cortex is responsible for emotions.
Yeah.
So that means all the ADHD bad and good things were strengthened. You know, now I need to get a completely new version of myself, which you get to know in December, 4 months later after my accident. And I'm completely new like I was before. I'm not a perfect guy, but I learned a lot out of this situation because every problem which stressed me or which stresses me really is the question for me, does it really kill me?
Does it really
Because
matter?
now, yeah,
Right?
exactly. Does it really kill me? Because then I can always say no and calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. What were
Yeah.
some of you're saying you like have a this whole new life. What would you say were some of the top five things that have you've learned and grown since this experience? Or has
Um,
changed? Like
yeah,
learn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can tell you. I can tell you because I can tell you a little bit the processual thing behind this thing, why it came to this, where I came to this. The thing is, I have ADHD, which was not diagnosed till I was 20 years.
Mm.
So after my
No,
diagnosis,
can be common. College age, either kids or college age, you know?
I was a blackmailed guy. I was mobbed. I got mobbed everything because I was always like too loud, too much. You know, all the people won't hang up with me because I was always like active. You know, the age of hyperactive, and I was like like in the beginning. You know, I'm a marathon runner. You know, marathon runner. Long story
Yes.
short, so my situation with this thing is after the diagnosis, I got to learn how to be happy with me
Mm,
because I figured out who I really am and that my kind of being a other guy is good. But before 20, I was like always like re-asking who I am, who I really want to be. And I always had after 20, after my diagnosis, always the situation I didn't have this self-identification of myself. So these 6 days and nights made a lot out of me in positive
yeah.
and negative things because the thing was in the intensive care unit the first 3 days were the worst thing days in my life because there is no noise around you where
Yeah,
you
that's
can
wild.
where can I distract myself like I'm always doing, like I work, I distracted myself, but there I need to be focused with myself, and then I started like all to get the open door to all my thinkings, and I bad bad thinkings, and then I've started like getting up and up after 3 days and nights. I was a new person because I left my past and
Yeah.
I identified myself.
Wow, that's really, really profound. Sorry if I looked a little distracted. There was a troll on Instagram who I'm getting deleted and blocked. There's always one. If that's all you have to do with your day, then like I feel so sad for you. Can't imagine if that's all I had to do in my day is put some
No, I mean,
inappropriate comments on someone's page. Like that's just kind of pathetic. Um, so so it changed you. Did now how is your family through this, right? I'm sure this affected your family as well, right?
affected everyone.
Yeah, of
So,
course. So how did your family feel about all of this, and how has it changed your relationship with your family, brought you
yeah,
closer? Like what tell me a little bit about that. Because I we do a lot of family work within my business, right? So it's like
yeah, I
there's the
tell you
person
one.
that gets hurt or the person of then there's the family and everyone has their own place in this system.
Do you know, Amanda, the story of my whole shitty beginning, I would say, is not only my accident. The problem is that I had a really, really bad, yeah, family. And my father was alcohol addicted, and yeah, I had to struggle through my childhood, through my youth, and then 15 years ago, my half brother committed suicide.
Oh man.
So the problem was my mother was like crying because she was thinking, oh, maybe nearly I was the oldest person besides my father, but all the boys are gone, because deadly
Oh
rate up of 90%. It's pretty like a pretty high likelihood that you are not here,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she remembered, and he told me that, and my father the same. It was the genetic son of my father, not of my mother, and I
You're
mean,
the
so my
oldest male besides your father
yeah,
in the
yeah,
family. So
exactly. He
you're
was
like to
20
carry
years
on the generation, right?
20 years older than me, and he was my half brother, and I really don't love him. I didn't love him because he was like always like getting bad to me, and yeah, anyways. But long story short, my mother was like pretty emotional because yeah, I mean, she didn't recognize what happened really. And the thing is, I didn't really recognize after the day I had to sleep 6 days in an intensive care unit and 5 days more in the normal hospital. And then I got out. And after I got out, I didn't recognize what really happened because 90% deadly rate is such a big number. But I really don't feel like this. You know what I mean? I think, oh, yeah, you're a lucky guy. I only have one question in my head. Why am I the guy of these 10%?
Because has God has bigger plans for you,
Yeah,
my
but
friend.
why?
That's what I believe. Like
Yeah,
why,
me
like
the same.
people that are abused and have gone through things that I've gone through. A lot of them live awful lives, or are in jail, or in psychiatric wards for the entire. Why did I get to get through this? Like, why me? Right? God has bigger plans for me. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't know why.
has some. Obviously, you've already leaned into it a bit, but there's so much more in store for you. Um like so sorry to hear about some of your family, but like I mean friends, like people that you were close to, I'm just sure it affected them all differently.
Should I be
um
honest? Should I be honest with you, Amanda? Because that was some big change in my life. Because this accident showed me one thing: who are really your best friends and your friends.
mm,
Because when you're lucky, when you are successful, you always have a lot of people around you. You know this. But the moment you get in that situation where you are alive and where you are alone in this ugly white room, then suddenly the noise around you, how about you? How was your day? There are no messages. No one of my friends, exactly, no one
that's
of my friends wrote me months. Some question, some because they
Did
knew
they know
that.
what happened?
Yeah,
Well,
that
ew.
that's Germany.
See, I
That's
have the
Germany.
opposite experience. I have people that were comfortable around being around me when I was struggling, but as I became successful and happier, then they didn't like me anymore because it intimidated them. Well, I'm very sorry for you that in that deep dark time that people were not there for you. But again, God is doing you a favor by getting them out of your life and bringing space for better people. A few years ago, I made a claim out loud. I said, God, I'm struggling with some of these relationships that I feel like are teetering or going away. Please only allow people in my life that are here to love, lift, support, encourage, be happy for, that are healthy two-way relationships. And literally, not one person has walked in my life that is not that. Not one. I bet you your quality of people you're surrounding yourself with since then has been completely different. I'm going to guess.
The thing is, first of all, I would say that's I the thing is that's a cultural thing between you and me because in America and in US they are different than in Germany. In Germany they are like everything is good as long as you are on my level and you're not above me. And when you are above me, a lot of people don't want to don't want that you are higher than them. Then that is the
That's
problem. And
what I'm
when
saying. That's
yeah,
exactly what I
exactly.
just said,
Yeah,
but you just
no,
said it
I
framed.
just, yeah, and that's the thing, that is a funny thing because when I went to Las Vegas, the first thing I heard about this astute, you nailed it, and I was like, thank you. In Germany, no one is telling something to someone like you look good or something like this. That's the thing. But it showed me so much, and it sounds a little bit crazy to be honest, but I got asked. Um, would you change with the situation of the happening that it wouldn't happen?
Yes.
And I was like,
Good question.
no, I don't
Yeah.
will it because it taught me so much in my life
Yeah.
for perspective for who is really because I claimed about the people who were around me and I now I opened the door for new people and I have much more energy around me. I made a
Exactly.
party. I invited 40 people and 35 came within one day invitation. Before that it was like 3 months ago and only 10 people would come and yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
have the same exact experience. The same, but mine is like would I go back and take back being abused or going through would I ever wish it upon anyone? No. But would I change it at this point? No, because it's made me who I am. It's made me be able to have the compassion to be able to help other people that
Yeah,
suffer in silence. Like
yeah,
that's my big pull right now is like really trying to reach abuse survivors that have never told anyone they've been abused, or they did tell someone and they weren't believed. Like I'm here to believe you, and that's a huge part of healing is like acknowledging and being heard. Here's a couple comments. That's the ugly truth. That's where you find who your real friends are. Remember my mom. This is my mom. And this is what my mom has always said to me. And I used to cry when she told me when I was a little girl.
yeah,
She said you can always count your true friends on one hand and with many fingers left over. And when she told me that when I was a kid, I would cry. So I'm like, no, mommy, I'm gonna have
yeah.
100 friends. But if you have a like a handful or less of really good people, that's better than 100 fake ass people.
Yeah, exactly.
And here, quality, not quantity. Sometimes less is more. And I think as you grow professionally, personally, you go through things. I think that you get to this place where you don't even want it. You don't attract it. It doesn't come in your space. You only want quality people.
And I left and that was one because you asked about five things which were take over or take
Yeah.
away from me for the accident from the accident. It was like I lost the FOMO effect, fear of
Oh
missing
yeah.
out something,
I
because
never have that shit ever.
yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, maybe
I
I
don't
don't.
ever have it. If I'm not somewhere, I'm fine with it. No FOMO.
Yeah, so yeah, but I had it before the accident. Really, so it was like every weekend when I go out to dinner or something, I need to go out to party to get energy through the other people, and then I recognize in my intensive care unit time that I have my energy internally, not externally. And that is something, and that
Wow.
was when you are with yourself, you only have yourself. You don't have a mobile device, you don't have a PC, you have nothing with you, you have only you and your brain. And this time in the intensive care unit made exactly these changes in my mind.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, it's something that happened that changed. It's a terrible thing that happened, right? But you're taking the good out of this, and you are running with it and allowing it to be a game changer for you in all the positive ways, which is a blessing. You
It
know,
is.
you wouldn't be who you are in this moment if you had not gone through that. You wouldn't have leveled up the circle of people around you if you had not gone through this, right? Like no
Exactly.
more bottom feeders, not happening. Oh, FOMO. My mom wants to know what FOMO means. Fear of missing out. So, say you see a picture of people somewhere that you maybe weren't invited to, or you were invited to, but you couldn't go for whatever reason. You see the picture and you get jealous or envious, or you feel like you should be there, or why wasn't I included? That's kind of like what FOMO is. And people say it in a joking way, like, oh my God, that looks like so much fun, FOMO, but sometimes it really messes with people like that do the doom scrolling. You know what doom scrolling is?
Exactly. Yeah,
Like
we need
looking
the
on social
dopamine.
media for things to be sad about or upset about or compare yourself to. So, you'll see people like us in Dubai and be like, wow, those people are like, how do I get there? I wish I could be there at a place like that.
Yeah, but honestly, the FOMO effect was really an effect which triggers me all the time to go out, like not to be, and that is something which number three is for me to be, I would say, to be happy with myself.
Yeah.
And the moment you start feeling happy with yourself, you don't need other people to feel happy because
Amen.
that is, you know, before
You
that, it
come up
was
with
like, oh, yeah,
boundaries, like this is what, whether you like it or not,
exactly,
this is the way it is for me. And feel okay
exactly.
with that, not feel guilty or bad or try to make yourself small for other people to be comfortable or try to people please. Like you can be a kind, loving person, but put
Exactly.
yourself as a priority.
My neighbor, uh, she's a 77-year-old woman. She has anxiety to go out, and
Mm,
after Corona, and she's alone. No one is visiting her. She's only 3 steps apart from my flat, and every
oh,
day I'm inviting her to my place to have a coffee, just to talk, and that
that's
helps me, and she was like, "You're so crazy different than normal Germans are." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving back what somebody gave me." And
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's nothing like I'm investing something to get something back. It's something like I'm giving just to give this energy. You know what I mean? And yeah,
No, and I get that about like Americans because like, I have to identify when I travel abroad. Like I'm Amanda, I'm from America and I'm from Florida, but I'm not like all, because sometimes I think that Germans are pigeonholed as angry, grumpy, right? Americans, there's a lot of stuff that's going on out there, So like I just like I'm like, hi, I'm Amanda and I'm nice and I like everybody all around the world.
you're a sunshine. You were a sunshine and you are a sunshine. I mean, that's the reason why we met each other. I mean, sunshine, no matter where we are in this world, you are on the underside of the world, I am in Germany. So we have not that
I am
bad
in
weather.
the sunshine.
Yeah, I know, but this is too hot to me for me. Honestly, I like the German temperatures, not the rain, but I like the seasons more like in Florida. But
And
anyways,
what area of Germany are you in again?
in the west,
In the West. What
Cologne is the
are you board? What is closest to you as far as another country?
Poland,
Poland. Okay.
Netherlands.
Lithuania near you anywhere or no?
Sorry,
Lithuania. No, it's near Russia.
yeah, yeah, no, no, no. We are in, and we are the third biggest country here in Cologne. Cologne is the third biggest country and 1 million people. It's not that big, but I like it. It's not so crowdy. It's like it's urban, but I really loved. And I sang, and that's something I wanted to address to you because you told me you started learning Spanish, And I had my first vocal coach today after 30 years of singing, because I sang 8 years in in the Cologne Cathedral as a singer, eight years.
Yeah.
So today, after really 30 years, I stepped out with 13, and now I'm 43. So I started today. It was the day. Yeah, I need it. It felt so
Listen,
good, you know?
that's what you're passionate about and you feel that inner voice. Like, I think so many people don't do that, right? They think about it and then they're like, no. But I'll be honest, like, I started submitting myself to castings again for acting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
it for 22 years. Why not? They need 40,
exactly.
they need 40 something year olds. This is funny that you said sunshine and I didn't say it because of my mom's. Remember when you were a child, I would sing "You Are My Sunshine." That was the song she
You
sang.
are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Yes, you make me
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
I thought
Uh,
right when you said sunshine, mom, I actually thought of that song.
Ex-
Um,
the people are actually no advertising, but the people are naming me the sunshine, Eric the Sunshine. You know, like
oh, that's a beautiful thing. I
yeah,
guarantee, and I bet if you didn't go through what you went through, this almost dead, fully alive experience, you wouldn't be that ray of sunshine that you are. So, like, so, we don't know why, we don't know all the details, but we know that what you're doing with this time and what you're doing with this chance that you have, and you're going with it.
yeah, I'm living with that, and it was the best experience I had, because now I'm alive, and now I'm better alive than before. I learned a lot of things out of this, so it helped me a lot in terms of marketing, in terms of in myself, and
Just
in
leaning
terms.
into yourself. If you're going to lean into yourself and you're in your and you do what you do. So tell us a little bit about what you do for business. Now that we've talked about the story, like, I know you
Yeah.
touched a little bit. Like, if you could maybe give a specific example, I think that helps people understand like where they can hire you and where they can bring you in. You know,
One sentence, everything which has to do with growth. So that means a company, no matter which sizes I mentioned before. So if you're a small company, mid-sized company, or big company, and you have the issue that you think the efficiency of your marketing processes, the sales processes, or your communication is not good running, then you can call Eric or write me a text. So, and then we can talk about what is your current status in each single marketing execution channel. So I'm doing an audit normally for the start. Like I'm looking at all specific areas of marketing, communication, and sales. And then I'm starting like, what is the aim of the company, top three, and
yeah,
how can we achieve that with less investments? Because I have an on-demand agency process. That
mm,
means I have an agency in my back, but I don't have the employees. Like I'm always like, look what they really need. And in terms of lead generation, they need something like who is a texter or he performance agent, and then I can directly bring them in through the orange gate, and that is the my side buddy. I'm the orange guy, the orange gate, and now I'm building up the orange growth, which is the new HI, human intelligence and artificial intelligence, and that's the
nice.
new platform which I'm building up. I'm a startup now, so that's the kind of an architecture where I am.
That's
So this
amazing.
has everything to do with growth. So everything with growth.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that. I mean, I kind of fell into so social media was like an accident for me, because I was active on LinkedIn and I was building like nothing ever to be like any kind of influencer or any that was never ever a thought of mine or any kind of intention. But because I opened up Next Level at the end of 2019 and really got going March in 2020, I had nowhere to go, and like I had to.
Yeah.
And then it gave me a leg up because as far as behavioral health goes, I'm far ahead of people that are not competitors, but people that are in my industry. They're very, very far behind. They don't even believe yet that social media is like something that's important to have a presence on. A lot of like treatment centers and things like that. I'm like, people, reels are Googleable now. Like if you Google a subject, someone's reel can pop up. This is the way of the future. Like, and I feel great. At the time I was like, this is terrible. What am I going to do? How am I going to, but I guess what? I would have not been able to afford to go to conferences in person that first year. I would have not been able to do anything that I did online because I got to sit at home and
Yeah.
play with things and try to figure things out. I put together group networking events online. You know, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was trying to do whatever, and it ended up being like, like kind of like a situation that is a worst case situation to start a business in, and to making it a best case situation, you know?
Yeah. But you use the niche that you're starting like organic growth on LinkedIn. There
Yeah.
was it much easier to get a lot of followers within a short time because the people were like now they're getting annoyed of each single one who want to sell them something, and you made it perfectly. I made it later, but now I cracked the 10,000, so yeah, officially I'm
Yay. Proud of you.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a big deal. It's hard. Listen, LinkedIn, back when I started with LinkedIn, which was before the pandemic, like I don't even remember what year, but it was before the pandemic. You used to be able to get like thousands of new connections a day.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
these posts that were about connections, and if you would comment, everybody would, follow it. What I mean, I would get thousands of new people a day. Now it creeps up
Yeah.
so slow. It's like a couple hundred a week, and
Yeah, but
I'm talking thousands in a day. So they did change the algorithm, and they did make it a little harder in this. So to get to 10,000 is a huge deal in today's landscape, I
yeah,
think I'm
but
at like 58, and I've been in that like in the 50s for a long time since they changed that. I've been in the 50s. I want to get. I'm dying to get over 60. It's been like a lifetime. It feels like.
yeah, I mean, 58, it's a good number. I mean, look at the percentages. I mean, you are playing in the, I think, top one, top two of, I mean, the top one be above you are crazy. People are have 1 million last time. I saw 1 million follower.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
crazy on LinkedIn. It's not Instagram, Instagram, Cristiano Ronaldo is 700, 800 million, but
yeah.
in link on LinkedIn. But the problem is, besides the algorithm, it's like the willingness of the people because LinkedIn is getting more and more to Instagram, and people are posting there a lot of things which, in my opinion, has nothing to do with business.
Business. Well,
Like
that's
this.
the thing that I did was I came on here and started talking about my personal life, that my personal experiences that led me to build business, and I was very vulnerable and raw, and nobody was doing that back then. And that's why I would get hundreds of thousands of views in one day because I
Amanda,
was relating it.
I can tell you one thing about this. This should be in the business because this shows something which the societies, no matter if you're in the US, if you're in Germany, vulnerability. Exactly. The people are not talking about you are vulnerable. That means you have something you can talk about it because that makes you weak, in their
Yeah,
opinion. And
yeah.
I started with Effe of the other podcast of the German one. I started really to talk with him about these things because a lot of people, more and more in Germany and Europe, starting talking about this because before that,
Yes.
everyone was like wearing a nano suit, like everything, every drop pelts, like nano suit. Now they are talking about the truth, the good sides of the entrepreneur, and it is my best life as an entrepreneur. I love to be an entrepreneur since 2.5 years or for 2.5 years. So my question is better: are they really prepared for talking about their weaknesses, their official
I
weakness?
am all day
Yeah,
long.
yeah, I know you are. Me too. But a lot
I
of
will
people.
tell you all my weaknesses and all my faults, and it is not pretty and good every day. It
I
is
know.
rough some days. It is hard some days. Nobody handed me anything. I bust my butt and I fail a ton, but that's okay. I get back up and keep on swinging.
As long as you are feeling comfortable with this, and that is something which was the reason why we started now 2 years after my accident talking about this, because it worked a long time in my brain, in my head. How get I finalize this chapter of my life? And then after 2 years, after the last posting of my 10th August post, my anniversary, that's the reason why I'm always wearing this black ring because it reminds me on my second birthday, the 10th of August. So, long story short, that is something really where it came out to me. Yeah, I have to talk about this, and I need the stage
Yeah.
to address that to people that they feel with that, and they started talking about their weaknesses and their hurtings.
Yeah, and that's what we do is when we step into that and we're brave, then we give other people, whether they jump on a stage to do it or they just finally tell somebody something they've
Yeah,
never told, That's like my goal. Like when I wake up in the morning, God, please help me to be a vessel of yours to help someone today. And then when I get on a stage or when I'm with anything, I just want to help someone stop suffering in silence, feel maybe inspired that if I got through all this stuff, that they can get through it too, and people to not live a painful, miserable existence in life. Like everyone deserves healing and everyone deserves peace and happiness and joy and things to look forward to. So if you are struggling, like there is a better way out there. You have been through what things like I've been through. You have been through something like Eric's been through. The world does need to know. You don't have to do it publicly like we're doing now, but like tell a friend, spread this safety of communication and being raw and vulnerable and talking about the dark times and talking about the failures, because we need to know. We feel alone when we fail, or we feel alone when we go through struggles. But if we're putting it out there, doesn't have to be at the mass quantities. The more I can get, the better. I want to get my hands on and help as many people as I can. So for me, there is a quantity thing I do have. But, telling one person, maybe you're helping your friend too. You tell them something that is like really, really scary for you and raw and vulnerable. And then in turn, you give them permission to feel safe to tell someone else or to tell you.
Exactly. And
Power.
I have to smile because I have something in my brain which I want to tell you, because that is something really funny. Um, I don't know why, but I have a kind of a magnet effect. That means all the people who got hurt or something like this, they're walking towards me and telling me everything within the first hour where I get to know him or them. You know what I mean? Because
That's great.
they feel so,
I have that with people too. They feel
yeah,
safe right
they feel
away.
safe,
Feel
and
safe.
I said, why are you talking about this? This is not. I mean, I don't know you. And but and the next funny thing, and that is really funny, because of my wise or wisdom after my near death, the people in Las Vegas, the last panel discussion which I had in April, there was a guy who asked me because of my chains if I am a commercial healer. And I
What?
was like, a commercial healer. And
Like
I was like,
generic
no,
fake healer?
no, a commercial healer. So I get money to heal people because in on the evening party, I
Yeah.
was talking to the people with such a wisdom, wise tips, and they were like, "Are you a healer?"
Oh, like, are
I
you
w-
doing that professionally? Because commercial over here means like mass quantity and kind of watered
no,
down. Okay.
no, a paid healer, and I was like, "No, no, no, I'm a growth consultant, but I had an accident, so maybe that has something to do
Yeah,
with
you
it."
have it naturally now.
Yeah,
It's part of you. It's one of the assets that is great in your. Okay, yeah, it's great in your all of your things. It's helping you grow your business. It's helping you grow your relationships and your connections. Your new magnetic sense about you.
exactly.
Um, my mother is scared of flying. She's writing this on here, and the reason I'm bringing this to your attention, what words do you have for her? We have a trip planned this weekend for her to come to Washington, D.C. with me. It's her birthday gift. She's terrified to get on the plane with me. She's scared to leave her older dog, and she's scared of falling in Washington, D.C. Should tell her why she should come with me, Eric.
Why she should come with me? Because
Why she
yeah,
should
I
come?
mean, yeah, exactly. Because every moment she needs to use your energy and use you as your, I mean, your own daughter. I mean, it could be, you see it in myself. It could be done within minutes. I mean, I walked just from the wine fest to my to my flat and nearly died. So use every time you have with your really biggest people you love. Like your family. And in that moment, I can only send it to all the people. Use that time. You only have this time.
Yeah, because we can all listen. We can all get stuck in the what ifs and the what if. Yeah, well, listen. I mean, getting on. I'm a professional traveler, so she's traveling with the best. I got us good plane seats in the front. Okay, my son is driving us to the airport. I have us staying in a prime location in DC that's accessible for her for all this. She's never been, so that this has been a dream for her. So I have this all these details planned out for her, and she's trying to tell me last night that she doesn't know if she's going to come.
Is there not any
Mom,
way?
you're coming.
is there not any good medicine for this? I mean, the Americans,
Yes, take the
yeah, I
medicine
mean,
and
yeah,
get on the
so
damn
take
plane.
it. Yeah, take it. Take anxiety pills, something like this, and then it will be gone, definitely. I mean, my ex-wife came, the family came from Tallahassee. So they have everything with medicine. I mean, sleeping pills. They were you're seeing pink elephants after this. So I mean,
I'll get her a wheelchair if she needs.
yeah, wheelchair. I mean, I think the wheelchair is not the problem, Amanda. It's more the flight itself.
This fear exacerbated after the pandemic. I used to fly over the world. Well, we're gonna put this fear back in its box, and we're gonna walk right through it. And you're not with someone who doesn't travel constantly. You were with a professional traveler. I got you, mama.
And what's the distance between you and her?
2 hours. Oh, my mom's down the street. So my son is gonna take both of us to the airport in my
No, I
car.
mean the destination where you want to fly.
Oh, 2 hour flight. So
And by
quick.
car?
No, fly.
Yeah, I mean by car instead.
Oh, hell no. No.
Yeah,
I
really.
told
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
I told her that if she wants to, she can take the train, but
The
I'll pick her
train.
up at the train station because I'm flying. I'm
Okay.
not taking
Well,
an 11-hour train
you
when I
need
can
to
fly for 2 hours.
need the time with your mother, maybe in the
No,
car.
I don't have
Good
time for that.
conversations.
I can't. I took off so much time to do this trip, and I have work to do in
I
the
know.
city.
Got
My
you.
office is opening in DC on the 1st of September. So
I got you. I got your problem. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
so,
her problem, but she needs to face it. I mean, anxiety is one thing, it's only in the brain.
yeah. Feelings aren't facts. They do feel like facts. They're feelings, and they pass. And we can be strong and work through them. And we don't have to do it alone. We can do it together,
Exactly.
right? Do it together.
Me?
So
Okay, should I accompany your mother? Help her as a healer?
she needs somebody to add, like one of my professionals, a companion. She needs a wellness associate to help her,
Okay.
help support her. But I'm going with her, so I will be that. But so thank you for the vulnerability that you shared today and your willingness to share this. We could have talked about so many things. Are you going to Singapore?
Yes. My first keynote.
Okay.
My
They
first
have been
keynote.
talking
Maybe
to
you
you.
have live stream, ne?
Pardon?
A live stream I can send you
Yeah,
to my
well, you can
keynote.
live stream the whole conference. The only reason I might go, I might not go, but I'm speaking to some group in Thailand that wants to, pay me very well to speak for a women's conference
Yeah.
there. Um, so I'm thinking about it. It's on the table. We'll see. What are the dates?
4th, 5th, 6th of December. But honestly, Amanda, you are on the other step of your career. I'm a young entrepreneur, like you are a TED
What
speaker.
do you mean? I'm not an old entrepreneur. I'm a young entrepreneur.
I don't mean your age, I mean your experience. Man, women are always interpreting things in a different direction. I mean, you're TED speaker, like I starting like in December, my first keynote, and you
Yeah.
had several of this, you know what I mean? I have a different, yeah,
A
starting.
little,
So,
I'm a lower season, but no, I did just love the people there. It's
yeah, me
definitely
too.
a quality group of people. Where we met at the Founders 2.0 conference, and now since joined a club in the States called the Founders Club. So it's packed with so much value. There's masterminds included. There's trips. There's dinners. And everything has intention behind it. I can't speak enough volume of it. It's a
If
great group to be part of.
Amanda, if they need a CMO keynote of a good guy of Germany, give me a shout. I mean, always, like
And
open for,
listen, I travel across the world. If you know
yeah,
anyone looking
so
for a dynamic speaker that will deliver, I'm here.
just
Say
text me.
Yeah, same. Um, so again, thank you for all of that. And so where do people find you besides looking for, the bright orange on here on LinkedIn? I know we're on many profiles, but how do they find you? What is your website? Because I'm going to post your website.
No, I would say let's go to
Oh,
Instagram, the Orange Guy
Instagram.
official.
What is it? The orange guy?
The Orange Guy punkt, dot official.
Oh, or I'm spelling it wrong. O-R-A-N.
No problem.
GUI official. Oh, is there a dot in there? You said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dot official. The orange guy as one word, and then dot official.
Why was there another orange guy that you had to put a dot in there?
No, I'm the official one.
Oh, but why did you have to put the period?
Yeah, exactly. I am the original, not the other one in United States, you
There's
know?
another one.
Yeah, Trump.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, that was something which I
Nobody knows
confronted with.
who you are, other orange guy.
Yeah, I'm not in politics. I'm in business, you know? So that's the difference.
That's so funny. Great. So they can find you there. That's the best place for them to find you is
Yeah.
at the orange guy, period, official. Boom.
Yeah.
So what else? What's coming up for you? Anything exciting you want to share or any
If there are
wins?
any investors, if there are any investors who are interested in building up an AI HI platform, I'm still in early stage. So I have like an ADHD guy. I have the finished picture, but I need investors for that. So I have a finished investor deck, everything. If somebody is interested, so give me a shout. I have a
Awesome.
CTO with me, a CTO which is a really really high CTO, Dr. Siegfried Iseler. I met him in Las Vegas as well, like you in Dubai. So, like you said, it's a perfect networking is in these times the most important marketing stuff. It is
Yes.
like it is. You can do paid ads, everything you can, but you can't choose to let networking out. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. And you can see, Eric in Singapore at
yeah.
the CXO 2.0. It's founders. Are you doing founders again? Or are you doing?
No, no, no. It's CXO. It's a new concept, and
Okay.
there I have my keynote about the new AI HI platform. So
Awesome.
I'm talking about this, and there will be live sharing. So yeah, hopefully
It's
people are
awesome.
looking.
But these conferences are definitely worth, going. I do have a code. So if you want to reach out to me, they did give me a code if people want to
Cool.
go. If you want to go to Singapore and go to a conference that has education, founders, health, and tech.
All the
There's
C
different
stuff.
topics.
CXO means everyone who is in a title with a C. So CMO, CTO, CIO, CFO, CEO, everyone
Yes.
who is in that hall. And there I'm speaking.
Yes. And there's like the subdivisions of right, like health, education,
Yeah,
founder.
they like I said, they changed the
Oh,
concept.
he told me they were doing that. The guy I spoke
Okay,
to
yeah, so
yesterday.
yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm not in that mode now. I'm now
Oh,
in the mode of building up the
I
startup.
spoke to him the other day, and he told me that there's it's going to be similar, but like that's the umbrellas they're looking at. Is the education, health, technology, and founders.
Yeah, come to Singapore in December, Amanda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I have to see it's in my cards. I know I have, but I think it's definitely a very value packed event, and it's
It's
that
great.
if I can, I would, but it's definitely great. And so what's next for you, and what's you got building this new part of the
Yeah,
company, partnering
that
with
takes
different
all the time.
brands and helping them.
Yeah, exactly. Takes all the time of my life that currently, since the last weeks and months, only just building up the startup. You know, I'm living just for my idea of getting this thing done. No matter which investor, but I believe in my goal that I
Yeah,
want to reach that. So no one is telling, if somebody is telling me it's not working,
too bad.
goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Exactly.
Exactly. Don't
Yeah.
have time for that. We don't have time for people to doubt us in our world.
Yeah.
Come
Exactly. I don't need
ride
that.
or die, or see you later.
See you
Uh,
later. Bye bye. Exactly.
Well, if you would like to reach out to Eric directly, obviously you can reach out to him on LinkedIn, Instagram. I will tag him in the clips that we repost.
Mhm.
And thank you so much for your time and energy today, Eric. I think the world is a better place with you and the experiences you've gone through. And I hate that you had to go through that. The almost dead to fully alive, but look, look what it's created for you, a completely different world. And you get to be, if you've ever gone through something like this too, reach out to Eric. I'm sure like connecting stories would be like helpful if other people are scared of it still. You've kind of come through where you're using it to benefit you and and how you show up in the world. um And thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for the comments, the questions. We so appreciate you. I'm Amanda Marino, Amanda Marino Official on Instagram and TikTok. And then Next Level Wellness Behavioral Health is my main company. And then AmandaMarinoSpeaks.com. And Levels Without Limits runs on Tuesdays at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, unless I'm on a slew of traveling. So sometimes I will take hiatuses, and but we don't have a hiatus yet. I think the hiatus doesn't start till mid-September. So see you next week here on Levels Without Limits. And today it was about Almost Dead, Fully Alive with the orange guy, Eric.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Amanda.
Eric. Have a
Bye
great
bye.
day.
Bye bye.
Bye.